And now, please welcome to the stage, Andrew, Zachary, Cohen, and That's How It Goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, brethren and sinners all, I call upon our goddess of the virtues to give us her well-known rendition of the old school song, Papa. There's a little ditty there, sitting in the city, smashing when they tin on the tin or the beer. If you got some patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they wanna suppose when they hear Papa. Mr. Percy Snodgrass would often have the on blast, but never when he thought anybody could see. Secretly buy it and drink it on the quiet, pretend he was an earl with a girl on each knee. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. What is the cause of his red shiny nose? Could it be Papa? Pretty little Sally goes walking down the alley, displays her pretty ankles to all of the men. They could see her garters, but not for free gratis. And ain't sure to an end, she knows when to say when. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Whether it's him or whether it shows, it's the same Papa. She was from the country, but now she's up a country. She let a fellow leave her and leave her alone. What's the use of crying? She's made her bed a lion. She's glad to bring the queen and join in this song. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. She is no longer the same blushing rose. Ever since Papa. There's a little ditty there, singing the stage, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you got some patience, your own imaginations will tell you exactly what you want to hear. Everybody, Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they wanna suppose when they hear Papa. Wow, everything is as if we never said goodbye. Here I am, back at one of my all-time favorite places, 54 Below, and on the stage. Though God knows I love it out there in the audience too. I just can't stay away. If you don't know me, my name is Andrew Zachary Cohen, and I made my first ever performance since high school right here on this stage in March 2022. Back then, I was doing Don't Ask the Lady, and I was in my 30s. And now, I'm not. And this is That's How It Goes, because that's how it goes. We can't stop getting older, we can't stop change. You wear 'em, you soil 'em, you soaking 'em, boil 'em, drying, iron 'em, laughing 'em, crying 'em, living and dying 'em. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Why, the Lord knows, but that's how it goes. They're talking about clothes. That song is from a rather good musical called A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, based on A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I saw it at Encores in 2005. I read the novel shortly thereafter. And I actually lived very close to where the action takes place in Williamsburg from 2005 to 2010. Little did I know that well over a decade after leaving Brooklyn, those lyrics would have new meaning for me now that I am married with children, and naturally my life revolves around housework and dishes and laundry. Sometimes that's how it goes. But the story is about so much more than that. Troopers of Brooklyn is about love and legacy and planting down roots, however tenuous, to build a future. Katie, the protagonist, was determined and brazen and fun, but also extremely maternal and with an unerring moral compass. Come to think of it, Nancy from Oliver was a lot like that too. I used to feel the fire and unbridled joy that embodied those two women all the time. Now, not so much. That's how it goes. Or is it? What did I have that I don't have? What did he like that I lost track of? I mean, you should have seen me 20 or so years ago when I was 17 and do or die about coming to New York City. I actually just celebrated my 22-year New York City anniversary this past September. 22 years, yeah. Like Joanne says in Company, I was still too young, but I was old enough to know where I was living. I had no intention of leaving New York. I never left New York. Never have, never will. And I was right. I haven't and I won't. But what made me so sure? What was going on my junior and senior years of high school? Well, I was clumsily coming out of the closet, which I don't care to get into much right now, but I will say that the internet helped in ways that were unimaginable before.
The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn.
Not that, Dan. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's sorry, Andy.
Sorry. Do you guys all remember Napster? Yeah, incredible. So through this guy's musical theater library, I wound up connecting to and chatting with a certain Diva Robbie. We then took our conversation from Napster to IIM, AIM, Instant Messenger, I know, old. And we talked about a lot of it, and it was amazing to connect with someone else who was gay and loved the theater as much as I did. And a couple years after, he may or may not have visited me in my dorm room in college, but that is completely beside the point. What matters is the music. And through his library, I found so many shows that I would have never found on my own in sheltered suburbia. The first that comes to mind is Falsettos. I think that's, yes, Bill Finn, everyone, right? And then got really into William Finn, and I found this CD that had just come out called Infinite Joy, which was a review of his that was recorded live at Joe's Pub. I really liked it, and the internet said, if you like this, you might like this, and it was Songs for New World, another review that had just come out by Jason Rupert Brown, and boy, I liked it. So thank you, Robbie, for making me an early JRB adapter. Now, if Nancy from Oliver and Katie from A Tree Grows in Brooklyn knew what they were talking about, so too did this aptly named woman number 2. Now, I hadn't met any men to speak of back then, but now I am 40. Well, let me see. I met a man without a dollar to his name, who had no traits of any value but his smile. I met a man who had no yearn or claim to fame, who was content to let life pass him for a while. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life like the movie stars led. And he kissed me right here, and he said, I'll give you stars and the moon and a soul to guide you and a promise I'll never go. I'll give you hope to bring out all the life inside you and the strength that will help you grow. I'll give you truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plot. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have a yacht. I met a man who lived his life out on the road, who left a wife and kids in Portland on a whim. I met a man whose fire and passion always showed, who asked if I could spare a week to ride with him. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life that was scripted and planned. And he said to me, but you don't understand. I'll give you stars and the moon and the open highway and a river beneath your feet. I'll give you days full of dreams if you travel my way and a summer you can't repeat. I'll give you nights full of passion and days of adventure, no strings, just warm summer rain. And I thought, I'd rather have champagne. I met a man who had a fortune in the bank, who had retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man and didn't know which stars to thank, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up, and all that I could think of was the life I had dreamt I would live. I said to him, what will you give? I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a bird and a diamond ring. And we'll be married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And then we can start the parties I throw at my villas in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath. And I got my yacht, and the years went by, and it never changed, and it never grew, and I never dreamed, and I woke one day, and I looked around, and I thought, my God, I'll never have the moon. So my very young self learned two very important lessons from that song. The first for the heart. Don't give up, never settle, always reach for the stars. The second for the brain. You can end a song rhyming June with moon, as long as you leave enough space between those two words. That way the cliche no longer registers and it works like gangbusters. Yeah, true story, little lyricist hack. So my senior year of high school, when I was doing a deep dive into both William Finn and Jason Rupert Brown, our senior musical was Oliver, which is a show I completely adored and still do to this day. I wound up not doing it at all for rather painful reasons. Mainly, I did not get the part. For some reason, they gave Nancy to an actual woman. I don't know why. That's how it goes. But hey, I did it here tonight. Anyway. While everyone else was doing Oliver, I was doing homework and waiting for life to begin. But everyone else was getting rejected from all the top-ranked theater schools, and me, well, I was so excited because I was going to go to Tisch School of the Arts at NYU, right here in the Village. I mean, I was dying to be a serious actor, so. It is the first day of class, and the teacher, Mr. Carp, is to sit on the floor with their legs around each other, one in back of the other, and he says, okay, we're going to do improvisations. You're on a bobsled, and it's snowing out, and it's cold. Okay, go. Every day for a week, I would try to feel the motion. Feel the motion down the hill. Every day for a week we would try to hear the wind rush. Hear the wind rush. Feel the chill. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see what I had inside. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul, and I tried. And everybody's going whoosh, whoosh. I feel the snow, I feel the cold, I feel the air. And Mr. Carr turns to me and he says, okay, Cohen, what do you feel? And I said nothing. I was absurd. And I thought to myself, hey, I'm a guy, not a girl. And the word is transfer, not transferred. Second week, more advanced, and we had to be a table, be a sports car, ice cream cone. Mr. Carr, he would say, very good, except the Cohen, Andrew Cohen. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see how an ice cream felt. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and I tried to melt. The kids yelled nothing. They called me nothing. And Pardo allowed it, which really makes me burn. They were so helpful. They called me hopeless. I really didn't know where else to turn. And Card kept saying to me, Andrew, why do you transfer out of NYU? You'll never be an actor, never. Jesus Christ. Went to school, bring Habanagila, send me guidance. Send me guidance. Adonai. Went to school, bring Habanagila, help me feel it. Help me feel it, God on high. And a voice from down at the bottom of my soul came up to the top of my head. Yes, a voice from down at the bottom of my soul. Here's what it said. This man is nothing. This horse is nothing. If you want something, go find another. When you find one, you'll be an actress. And I assure you, that's what finally came to pass. 6 months later, I heard that Clark had died. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and cried. 'Cause I felt nothing. So thankfully my time at NYU wasn't exactly like Morales's from a chorus line, but it was a lot like it. And like Morales, I found a better class, and I wound up transferring from Tisch Drama to Tisch Dramatic Writing, so my degree is actually in playwriting. It was actually a huge reveal. Sometimes that's how it goes. But the important thing is that I was finally in New York City. And early on, my freshman year of college, a new musical opened on Broadway all about New York, and boy, I loved it. The wonders of the world are said to stop at 7, but truth to tell, my figures don't agree. I number them at 8, with one so close to heaven, the others pale, their magic stale. Just take a look and see. They don't know my flair for the dramatic. Not a clue, the talent I possess. Pretty girls, but not much in the attic. Face to face with genius, and they never guess. They don't know, they're staring at an artist, highly trained to take on any role. Skillful mind and brilliant Jean-Paul Sartre.
Andy, that's Jean-Paul Sartre.
Seeking retribution for the life they stole. Make that wish, seek that thrill. Come and get it, 'cause you always will. Fairy tale end, only in New York. Hey, castle builder, want the moon for nothing less. Work for years, then overnight success. I know firsthand, only in New York. gosh, we're big enough, I still could play yes. They don't know I'm higher news than Juza, Helen Hayes, and Bernhard all in one. They're on top, and I look like the loser. Wait and see who's standing when my play is done. Make that wish, seek that thrill. Come and get it, 'cause you always will. Strike up the band, only in New York. Each day it's free admission to those who dream. You set your sights all the way upstream. Off you go, you know that cream will rise, rise. You proved and real range, ever changing yet it's never changed. Life on command. Hear what I'm saying? Oh, it's grand. That's why I'm saying they don't know. They don't know. Now I'm not all alone in the world. Only in New York. Only in New York. Only in New York. Only in New York. So that was a little mashup, or medley if you prefer, from Thoroughly Modern Millie. Thoroughly Modern Millie's score is mostly by the great Janine Tesori, who is currently represented on Broadway with the excellent Kimberly Kimbo. So I recently learned some trivia about Janine that I absolutely must hear about this. It'll totally blow your mind. So this is specifically about the New York Drama Critics Circle Award, and specifically for musical theater writers, so ignore playwrights for the moment. Now, Janine is tied in second place with most wins with Mr. Richard Rogers. Does anyone care to hazard a guess who has the most wins? Yes, thank you, Diana. That is correct. I think everyone knew it, but thanks for telling them. Time with the probably can never be reached 7. Another awesome thing that is unique to Janine is that all 3 times she won were with a different lyricist. They were for, let's see, Violet, Fun Home, and Kimberly Kimbo. Now, in the 2003-2004 Broadway season, a certain musical she wrote with Tony Kushner that I think is just terrific, opened called Caroline or Change. You may, yes, Caroline or Change. You may have heard of another musical that opened that same season. It's called Wicked. And the show that won the Tony that season was Avenue Q. So does anyone have a guess on what won the New York Drama Critics Circle Award that year? No one? Well, you'd all be right. It was a trick question. No fucking award. That year, when 3 of the most important shows of the early 21st century opened, they decided to just give no award. It's crazy. Tell me it's not true. Say it's just a story. So that lyric is from The Love Brothers, which is the first Broadway musical I ever saw. I loved it, and then saw many other musicals I also loved. They were, let me see. Les Miserables, Beauty and the Beast, The Phantom of the Opera, The Life, Chicago. You're good, Dan. Thank you. So the same weekend, my mom and I saw The Life and Chicago with Phoebe Newhart still in it and Cara Ziemba on as Recce. We also saw Jekyll and Hyde. Now I was so excited to see Jekyll and Hyde because it was this big new musical. I've been following it since its out-of-time tryout. And we see Jekyll and Hyde, and it's the first musical I ever see that I do not like. I didn't even think that was a possibility. But hey, it's gotta happen sometime, and that was the moment. Now, if you frequent piano bars, as I may just happen to, you'll hear a whole lot of, shall we say, aspirational "this is the moments." So So I decided I wanted to learn a Frank Wildhorn song specifically to follow those up. At first I figured I would do Bring On the Men or Someone Like You, but a lot of people sing those songs also. So I wound up settling on this song from the Scarlet Pimpernel. I think it's one of Wildhorn's very best, but it's a show that I do not know at all. And the only reason I'm familiar with this song is because one of the singing waiters from Marie's Crisis would always sing it. He actually died at the very beginning of COVID at the age of 38. His name was Mark Costello. And I can't say Mark and I even got on all that well, but I still miss him and think about him a lot. And I always miss the maestro of the townhouse, Mr. Rick Unterberg, who also died. Yeah, Rick Unterberg, who also died at the very beginning of this pandemic. And I can't be near a piano, and I think my favorite piano bar player of all time, the late great Jim Allen of Marie's Crisis. I talked about him in my first show. He was the one who would always say, "No Billy Joel, only show tunes." I love that. I'm carrying it on. So, Jim, Rick, Mark, this song is for you. When I look at you, what I always see is the face of someone else who once belonged to me. Still I can hear him laugh, and even though that melody plays on, he's gone. When I look at you, he's standing there. I could almost breathe it in, like summer in the air. Why do you smile this smile that haven't I forgotten eases through in you? If you could look at me once more with all the love you felt before, if you and I could disappear into the past and find that love we knew, I never take my eyes away from you. When I look at you, he is touching me. I would reach for him, but who can hold a memory? And love isn't everything. That moonlight on the bed will melt away someday. Oh, you were once that someone who I followed like a star. Then suddenly you changed, and now I don't know who you are. Or could it be that I never really knew you from the start? Did I create a dream? Was he a fantasy? Even a memory is paradise for all the fools like me. Now remembering is all I can do, because I miss him so. When I look at you. So the Scarlet Pimpernel, which that was from, takes place in the 18th century. And there are a lot of ways one can choose to musicalize a story that takes place hundreds of years before it's written. Now, this next song is from a show that I think does it in a very ingenious fashion. Part of how they achieve this feat is because the musical takes place in the 16th century, but also in the present moment kind of simultaneously. So for this one, I think I better hydrate first. What do you guys think, water or champagne? I thought, I'd rather have champagne. Oh yeah, and also, for this moment, I decided to steal this from my daughter. Your life was a tour,
So she set sail.
1522 came straight to the UK. All the British dudes lame.
Epic fail.
I wanna dance and sing.
Politics.
Not my thing. But then I met the king, and soon my daddy said you should try and get ahead. He wanted me, obviously kept messaging me like every day. Would it be better that he sent me a letter? And who am I kidding? I was Brett a manger. Sent a reply. Just saying hi. You're a nice guy. I'll think about it maybe. XO baby.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
You sent him kisses?
I didn't know that I would move in with his missus.
What?
Get a life.
You're living with his wife?
Like, what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I just want to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. 3 in the bed and the little one said, if you wanna be wed, make up your mind. Her or me, chum, don't wanna be some girl in a threesome. Are you blind? Don't be bitter. Cause I'm bitter. Why hasn't it hit her? He doesn't want to bang you. Somebody hang you.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Your comment went viral.
I didn't really mean it, but rumors spiral.
Wow, man, way to make the country hate you.
Mate, what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I just want to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. Tried to elope, but the Pope said no. Our only hope was Henry. He got a promotion, caused a commotion, set in motion
The C of E.
the rules were so outdated. Us two wanted to get X-rated.
Soon excommunicated.
Everybody chill, it's totes God's will. Hold up, let me tell you how it went down. Henry's out every night on the town, just sleeping around like
What the hell?
If that's how it's gonna be, maybe I'll flirt with a guy or 3 just to make him gel. Henry finds out and he goes mental. He screams and shouts
Like so judgmental.
You damn witch!
Nate, just shut up.
I wouldn't be such a bitch if you could get it up.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Is that what he said?
And now he's going round like off with her head.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he means it.
Seems it.
What was I meant to do?
What was she meant to do?
What was I meant to do?
What was she meant to do?
What was I meant to do?
What was she meant to do?
Come on, guys. Seriously? He actually wants to chop my head off. I mean, I guess he just really liked my head. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I just wanna have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Sorry, not sorry about what she said. Sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. That is way too much fun. I have 2 special J and J's to thank for that song. One is Jackson, who got into sheet music to it very early on and encouraged me to start doing it. And the other is Jody, who's a big fan of that song and of me doing it in general. It makes me do it all the time. So I was like, I must do it in the show. So thanks, Jackson and Jody. If you've been watching the show, it's very clear that I love old school musical theater and the golden age and a lot written in the 20th century. But as evidenced by Six, I love a lot of musicals written in the 21st century also. Just as long as they're good and hopefully have an original score. Someone else who shares my enthusiasm for musical theater, both old and new, is my good friend and collaborator, Steven Silverstein, who's here tonight. Hi, Steven. Thanks for joining us. And I owe Steve a big thank you because he's one of the main reasons I started singing in the first place, because when we were working together on our musical during COVID, I asked if I could work on my singing afterwards, and he said yes, and the rest is history. But that is only the first component. The second component were all the amazing piano bar players who were kind of the new crop at the helm of all these piano bars as they started reopening after COVID. There are too many to mention, but I would feel remiss if I didn't specifically call out Chris Blacker, Sarah Glassman, J.D. Smurthwaite, and Timothy Spring. Thank you, thank you.
Andy, I love those folks. Are you going to see anybody from your short list?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Of course, everybody, my good friend, incredibly talented pianist for this evening and MD for the show, Mr. Dan Pardo. I actually met Dan at, I think, his very first shift at Townhouse. It was June 2021, and his last name sounded very familiar to me, so I said, hey, Dan, do you know a Chrissy Pardo?
And I said, I do, that's my wife.
Yeah, it was crazy because Chrissy and I had many years prior worked together on a totally separate project. So it was really exciting because I got to reconnect with Chrissy and become friends with Dan. Chrissy, you're here tonight, right? Hey, Chrissy. And my husband's here also. Josh, where are you?
Oh, dead center.
You're Josh. So now like four of us are friends. We got along pretty well. What do you think, Dan? You ever want to spouse swap for a weekend?
Could I put you the fifth on that one?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Actually, I was sort of joking, but I bring it up because I know that if you ever switch teams, you would definitely go for my friend Brian Moore Johnson and not me. I mean, I kind of regret introducing you because now I'm always second banana.
First of all, that's not true. And second of all, you're great. How can I put this, Andy? You are young and beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Sweet as the breath of May. Earnestly I speak to you. Weigh every word that I say. If you want to have a rosy future and be happy as a honeybee, with a husband who will always love you, Andy, don't marry me.
If you want a man you can depend on, I can absolutely guarantee I will never fail to disappoint you. Danny, don't marry me. I eat lychee nuts and cookies in bed, and I fill the bed with nutshells and crumbs.
I have irritating habits you dread, like the way I have of cracking my thumbs. My grandma's a big game hunter. He met grandma swinging on a tree. If you want to have attractive children, Andy, don't marry me.
I would like to see my sons and daughters climbing up and down their father's knees. They'll get splinters in their little fannies. Cookie, don't marry me.
I'm devoted to my dear sweet Chrissy.
And if you and Chrissy disagree,
I will always side with her against you. Andy,
don't marry me. I would always like to know where you go. I don't like a man to leave me in doubt.
I mean, that's the thing that's easy to know. If you want to know where I am, I'm out. Sorry.
I'm as serious as I can be.
I say this because I love you.
Darling, don't marry me.
Marry for me, innocent and gaga.
Marry upon Ali or the Aga,
Marry for money,
or marry for free,
but don't marry me.
Jim Pardo, everybody.
And I never have to memorize lyrics ever. I always have...
You got them all.
No, but thank you. Brian Moore Johnson on piano, everybody.
Why don't you come join me for a second, Brian?
Sure.
Thanks. Do you want to tell the audience something about yourself?
I don't know what there is to tell. You know, I haven't prepared anything.
All right, let's start with basic. Well, one, you're from outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
Sure, yeah.
Two, we both share a love of literature, actually, and I've read many books that you're urging. One was At Swim Two Boys, which is terrible. Oh, it's great. But on the swimming theme, he encouraged me to read The Swimming Pool Library after I had read The Line of Duty, which are both by Alan Collinghurst. So, yes, thank you. So, I've been in the room. So, thank you, Brian, for turning me on to him. And if you guys have seen Heartstoppers, which I bet some of you have, in the second season, the book that Charlie gets at that shop when he's in Paris is The Swimming Pool Library. So other people like it besides us. But why we're all here is because we love musical theater, not because we love books. And of course, I want to tell you about something about Brian specific to that, and it has to do with his diva worship. Now, a lot of people my age mostly love, I would say, Patti LuPone. I particularly like Bernadette Peters, but Brian has a more old school favorite.
Are you referring to?
Miss Julie Andrews.
Oh yeah, I do sort of like Julie Andrews a lot.
Yeah, Brian actually does this incredible Julie Andrews impression. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yeah, behind closed doors, I do a Julie Andrews impression.
Well, I mean, you're at these people below.
This is like an elegant venue, sophisticated.
She was a
people
date.
don't want to
She's
hear my.
super
No,
elegant.
she's a date, but these people don't need to hear me do my stupid impression of her. This is what you really want me to do in the middle of your cabaret, just launch into like, what do the simple folk do?
Yes, it is.
Hey, family snake when they're blue.
It's so great.
They have some grown folk who wander to and fro and leave them to their own folk. We grown folk don't know when all of the doldrums begin. What keeps each of them in his skin? However do they manage to shed their weary locks? What do simple folk do? We do not.
I have been informed by those who know them well. They find relief in quite the clever way. When they're sorely pressed, they whistle for a spell, and whistling seems to brighten up their day. And that's what simple folk do. So they say.
They whistle.
So they say. Wait, you can't whistle?
Yeah,
The sign says that anyone
Yeah,
can.
but it's not true. Well, you know, Julie Andrews is a fantastic whistler. When Walt Disney came to see her in Camelot, he thought that being good at whistling would be a good quality for someone to cast as a nanny, and that's sort of why she got that.
Mary Poppins. Okay.
What else did the simple folk do to perk up the heart and get through? The wee folk and the grown folk who wander to and fro have ways known to their own folk who we grown folk don't know. When all the doldrums begin, what keeps each of them in his skin? What ancient native custom provides the needed glow? Oh, what do simple folk do? Do you know?
Once upon the road, I came upon a lad, singing in a voice 3 times his size. When I asked him why, he told me he was sad, and singing always made his spirits rise. So that's what simple folk do. I surmise.
They sing.
I surmise.
Arise, my love, Apollo's light in the skies, my love. The meadows shine with columbine, and daffodils blossom away. Give Venus call to one and all, come taste the light while you may.
The world is right and all is right and life is merry and gay.
What else do the simple folk do? them or two. They obviously outshine us at tennis to mirth. Have tricks of royal highness is minus from birth. What then, I wonder, do they to chase all the goblins away? They have some tribal sorcery you haven't mentioned yet. What do simple folk do to forget?
Often I am told they dance a fiery dance and whirl till they're completely uncontrolled. Through the mind's blank and all are in a trance, a violent trance astounding to behold. And that's what simple folk do. So I'm told they dance. So I'm told.
Did you prepare and choreography
Sure.
for this section? Hey, Julie's, she can dance, but she's more of a double threat actress in her own moves. What else do the simple folk do to help them escape when they're blue?
They sit around and wonder what royal folk would do, and that's what simple folk do.
Oh, no, really?
I have it on the best of party. Yes, that's what simple folk do. So that, of course, was from Camelot. And actually, Dan, Brian, and I all saw the most recent Broadway revival of Camelot together. And Dan just emceed a production of it at the Cape Lighthouse this summer. It's definitely in this right now. So Julie Andrews originated the role of Guinevere, but she first rose to fame in another Lerner and Loewe musical, of course, My Fair Lady. And Brian actually doesn't really equalize it. Just give them a smidge.
Did you tell him I come in a taxi?
Care, what does a gentleman like Mr. Higgins care what you came in?
Yeah, we all proud.
That's still amusing. Wait, and you actually met Julie Andrews, didn't you?
Oh, well, I think that was a very special day in both my and Julie's life. If everyone can think back, I was a young middle schooler when I read an article in the New York Times that Julie would be returning to the New York stage for the first time in 30-something years and putting it together, a Stephen Sondheim review at the Manhattan Theater Club. I knew I had to see it. I lived up in Massachusetts, but my little old grandmother who lived in the Bronx took the bus down to MTC the day tickets went on sale to buy me one. And she literally was only able to get one for the performance that I would be able to attend. So, flash forward, I came to visit Grandma, and then that matinee day took the bus down from the Bronx to Midtown Manhattan all on my own. Julie was incredible in putting it together. She especially really liked getting to sing, dig into some of the grittier Sondheim lyrics than her usual Roger Hammerstein, Lerner and Loewe stuff. Like when she did Could I Leave You from Folly, she really loved doing I bury my rage with a boy half your age in the grass, beat your ass. Really enjoyed it. So I was determined though to get her autograph on my Sound of Music VHS. There was no question. After the show, after the matinee, I went out with the crowd, tried to find the stage door, but at MTC City Center, it's around the block, it's hard to find. When I got there, the stage door attendant told me Ms. Andrews had already left, wouldn't be back till the evening performance. Well, what was I going to do except stand there and wait for hours until she showed up for the evening performance? Hours went by, I got closer to the 7:30 call, the rest of the cast entered, and then finally, the car pulled up. The door opened, and was I imagining it that we made eye contact and she sort of knew that I was her #1 fan? Or was she just eager to get in and do her second show of the day and didn't want to stop and sign a 13-year-old Sound of Music VHS? I don't know, but gracious as always, she stepped up and came up to me. I said, Ms. Andrews, could you please sign this? And she said, of course. As she's signing it, I said, you're my favorite actress. And she said, thank you. Handed it back to me. I looked at her and she goes, there you go, I think it's still a little wet. And waltzed on inside the stage. I mean, a dream come true. Thanks. Dan, can you even imagine what it's like to have such a personal experience with Julie Andrews herself?
Oh, actually, Julie and I did a show together back in 2013. We spent 2 months together. She took me out to dinner one
That's
time.
okay, we're talking about me.
Oh,
Anyway, now that everyone knows how you met Julie, why don't we tell them how we met? We met at, of course, Recce's Crisis.
Yeah.
When Brian meets people, he likes to figure out what their favorite musical is early on, which is something I highly approve of. So I learned that Brian's favorite musicals are My Fair Lady, The Sound of Music, and Carousel. Now I asked him to guess mine, and he maybe known me 10 minutes, and I didn't give him any indication of what my tastes were. And he pulled all 4 of my favorite musicals completely out of the hat. It was incredible. Do you still remember what they are?
Of course, Gypsy, Sonny and the Barber George, Ragtime, and Carousel.
Great mind. Boy. It was Kismet, of course, and we've been good friends ever since, but when was it, Brian? Do you remember?
Obviously, what, you don't remember?
Well, no, wait, I do. It was like 2007 or 2008. I know I was living in Brooklyn.
I'm very disappointed, actually.
Wait, no, hold on. I got it. We met at 8.
We met at 9.
Walked right on down.
There was a line.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. I played it cool.
You told a joke.
I sipped a beer.
Rum and Coke.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. Those golden age duets.
It was Rent all night, plus 10 Disney sets.
That's right. That's right.
It warms my heart to know that you remember still the way you do.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. How often I've thought of that Friday night when we had our first rendezvous. And somehow I foolishly wondered if you might, by some chance, be thinking of it too. The crowded train.
We took a cab alone.
You left your keys.
I left my phone.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. That pizza joint.
That taco cart
Your Sondheim quotes.
by Larry Hart.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. You wore a shirt and tie.
A sweater I recall.
Am I drunk or high?
You're great, that's all. On Sweet Marie, those years ago. Our basement's 54 below.
Ah, yes, let's remember it well. Raymore Johnson, everybody. When I started working on the show, I knew it was kind of cool that we had 2 lyricists on it, my amazing director, Recce, and myself, but it turns out we had 3. The specialty lyrics are by the incredible Dan Pardo. So something miraculous just happened in the last 20 minutes. Besides like getting to share the stage with Dan and Brian, which was a great delight for me, I also got to do something that didn't happen in the first 3 times I did one of these gigs. I sang material that was actually written for a man, and actually did it 3 times over. So, for anyone who is not super into super non-traditional casting, here are 2 more roles that I would love to play. I dreamed I met a Galilean, a most amazing man. He had the look you very rarely find, the haunting, hunted kind. I asked him to say what had happened, how it all began. I asked again, he never said a word, as if he hadn't heard. And next, the room was full of wild and angry men. this man, they fell on him and then they disappeared again. Then I saw thousands of millions crying for this man. And then I heard them mentioning my name and leaving me the blame. Movies were movies when you paid a dime to escape. Cheering the hero and kissing the man with the cape. Romance and action and thrills. Partner, there's gold in them hills. Movies were movies when during the titles you know you got a happy ending, dozens of blundering cops in a thundering chase. Getting a bang and a left meringue in the face. Bandits attacking a train. One little tramp with a cane. Movies were movies when I ran the show. Movies were movies when Pauline was tied to the track. After she trudged to the ice with a babe on her back. The girl with his t-shirt would stand all in a row in the sand, rolling their stockings and each at a quarter below. The line of decency in Herman and Gershwin and Porter and Rush and Hart. No one pretended that what we were doing was art. We had some guts and some love, but we were just making a buck. Movies were movies when I ran the show. And Herman and Gershwin and Porter and Rush and Hart. No one pretended that what we were doing was art. We had some guts and some love, but we were just making a buck. Movies when I ran the show. The first little short thing was from Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh my God, I can't believe we're almost through another one of these things, and it's that time to thank all the people who helped to make this possible. There are way too many to mention, but I have to give a big thanks to you to 54 Below. This is their third time having me here, and they do great every single time, and they're terrific from everyone. Sound and lights and your amazing waiters, please tip them generously. To my incredible band, this is my first time ever with combo, and they're great. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Jesse Nelson on drums, Dominic Duarte on bass, and you all know the incredible Daniel Pardo. Of course, also presenting my incredible director, the boy genius, Billy Recce. This is our third time working together. He directed the musical I wrote with Steve, the reading of that, as well as my first cabaret. He's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Billy. So, earlier this evening, when we started, and I was channeling Nancy from Oliver and Katie from Cheers in Brooklyn, I quoted on a clear day you can see forever and asked, what did I have that I don't have? What did he like that I lost track of? If there's one answer, I think it was the surety that if I came to New York City, I would definitely make it big. And I think back then, I defined making it big as having a Tony Award at the time I was 40. Now I am 40. But I think I did make it big, and it's because of the incredible community of people I have found in the city who love and care about theater as much as I do, whether on the stage, behind the stage, or all you wonderful people out there in the dark. I mean, when Muzzy in Thoroughly Modern Millie said only in New York, she wasn't lying. When I came here, marriage equality wasn't even a possibility or on my mind, and now I have a husband and children to boot. Yeah, it just goes to show it pays to sing a little ditty in the city. But in all seriousness, I'm so pleased to end tonight saying goodnight to you the same way I say goodnight to my children, Ethan and Hero. I have a place where dreams are born and time is never planned. It's not on any chart, you must find it with your heart. Never, never land. It might be miles beyond the moon, or right there where you stand. Just keep an open mind, and then suddenly you'll find never, never land. You'll have a treasure if you stay there, more precious far than gold. For once you have found your way there, you can never, never grow. So come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of lovely things and your heart will fly on wings forever in never, never land. You'll have a treasure if you stay there, more precious far than gold. For once you have found your way there, you can never, never grow old. And that's my home, where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of lovely things and your heart will fly on wings forever and never, never